All right, we figured that out.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I got my co-host over here, the Greeze. Say hello, Greeze.
What's up, everybody? Little do you know, this is take 2.
Yeah, it's because you were dumb. And Matt, you mess things up every week.
My headphone jack was in the wrong channel.
No, I got to try to figure out how to do heavy mental. No.
What are you talking about?
Well, you had the wrong... Your headphones have never been in one. They've always been in 2. So only one that could have done that was you.
Okay, well, that's probably right.
All right, so I think we're going to start this show off with a moment of silence. It's a dark day in America. Red Lobster filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
I haven't gotten...
It's a moment of silence.
I haven't gotten this story. I've been messaged about more than anything else. And
I mean, other than like public displays of mania, it's kind of what you're known for.
Yeah, I didn't do it this past year, so I wasn't part of the year that really broke them.
Yeah, so if
but
you
I feel like I might have promoted it.
This is Red Lobster Talk live. The Red Lobster Corporation is filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, trying to strengthen the shareholder position and make financial strides to restructure their company. The Endless Shrimp promotion, which Greeze used to take part in every year, I think I only was invited one time, and I had something that night. So they would have gone under a lot earlier. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, Greeze would go. He'd go to Endless Shrimp. It was when the promotion used to only just be like a month long, right?
Typically September, it's when the shrimp prices go down.
Right.
So a lot of shrimp around there.
They do Endless Shrimp. Greeze would go. He'd try to set a record. He would have mercury poisoning for quite some time after.
Yeah, there's some night sweats happening.
Yeah. What was your record again?
141.
But also, apples to apples, it's not comparable because
I had fries.
Well, and every year they kind of
biscuits.
change the size of the shrimp. Some years you'd be like, man, they were big uns. I had like only 120.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But your 141 year, I feel like was an anomaly because they were cutting costs and getting the old tinies. They were getting like the like 25-30s that year.
Yeah, and
that's shrimp talk.
The year after I did 141, I could only do 115, and they were big.
Yeah.
And
so they were doing like the 12-15s that year.
And my favorite is fried shrimp.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of other people were just doing
scampi or something.
No, just give me grilled
shrimp.
It was just give me the
no seasoning,
the little grilled. No, it was just a grilled shrimp, and they would pull them off the skewers.
Didn't you have to?
And
do
in like one bite, finish the skewer, and they were like, "Oh, I'm doing more than you."
Didn't you have to do like for your rules one of each flavor, at least?
No, I don't do the pasta. That's a death sentence.
Oh, I thought you did like one of each flavor.
I would.
And
yeah,
then,
you have to mix it up, or you're gonna.
That's what I said.
Or you're gonna like hurl because of like
batter
repetition.
Repetition. Yeah.
Like the scampi. If you don't get on top of the scampi,
yeah,
it will ruin you.
The butter will get you.
I don't know what happens. I guess it's like the garlic,
yeah,
and the butter. You
need a base coat before you get into that.
Well,
you can't just go straight into scampi because you don't want all the garlic and butter sitting on the bottom. You got to have at least a plate of fried first so it can soak up some of that.
I agree with that. 1 year that got really bad, I was dared to drink the butter garlic sauce.
Of course, you did it,
and I did it.
Yeah,
and that didn't resonate well. But let me go ahead and tell you something. Honestly, you know why they went broke? It's not the Endless Shrimp. It's those daggum biscuits.
Well, I would beg to differ because the Cheddar Bay biscuits have always been
that's a marketing tool.
It's always been unlimited, but the Endless Shrimp, they took it from just being the month of September to Endless Shrimp all the time.
Oh yeah, why?
That's what bankrupted. That's literally what did it. It was the Endless Shrimp. It's when they made the promotion year round, and the price of shrimp went up, and the share price of Red Lobster went down.
Well, all they have to do is stop it. They're so stupid.
Yeah.
And number one, if they were losing money to Endless Shrimp in September, there's no did they want to throw it? Did they want to be like, yeah, we need to file for bankruptcy so we can actually save money? Because on what person like, yeah, we lose money in September, but it sure is a good time to like screw it. Let's have a good time 12 months out of the year and just lose money.
My favorite is like some of the headlines that are around this when you just Google Red Lobster, like Time Magazine.
Yeah.
Red Lobster's beloved cheddar biscuits aren't coming off the store shelves despite the bankruptcy filing. Because you can buy the mix in the grocery
You can
store.
also buy the Jim and Nick's cheese biscuit things.
Yeah. Now,
Both are solid.
Just because they're filing bankruptcy doesn't mean that Red Lobster
They're
is
dead.
no more. It just
Right.
means they'll close down a bunch of locations. They'll try to start fresh, but it's not a good sign. But yeah, I mean, this is CNN. How Red Lobster's misguided endless shrimp promotion drove it into bankruptcy.
Yeah, see, that's just stupid. Like,
It was last
whoever the
summer.
CEO
$20
is.
endless shrimp became a permanent menu item, even though it was a limited time offer for 20 years before that. And yeah, it was not a good thing. The change cost the company $11 million, which also shows you weren't in the greatest financial shape.
Yeah, if
an
you're worried
$11 million mistake, it bankrupts you.
Yes,
When you're a nationwide,
huge.
maybe international. I don't even know how far reaching the old lobster is.
Well, all the oceans are connected,
this is true.
so this would be an international
All
situation.
roads lead to Red Lobster.
Right?
That's what they say. I've heard
Now-
that. It's a very old saying.
You know who's not going bankrupt? Outback.
Outback, no rules, man.
Well, and Outback did that endless shrimp 1 year too,
Yeah.
and I went. I was like, guys, let's don't do Red Lobster this year. Let's go to
mix it
freaking
up.
Outback.
Right.
So they only had 3 flavors of shrimp. They
Okay.
had fried.
Yeah.
They
Standard.
had buffalo,
Okay.
which was fried
with
shrimp
dip.
with buffalo sauce
dipped.
on it, and then they had a scampi,
Okay.
like a butter.
Sure. I understand the
'cause
concept of scampi.
Well, and you could also get a
White
grill.
wine, butter, and garlic. Pretty simple.
White
standard
wine.
fare. That's
See,
how you make
why-
scampi.
Well, that's why they went bankrupt. Wine is expensive. Have you priced a bottle of wine?
I
right now?
don't think they're using a bottle of wine. I think they're using cheap white cooking wine.
Well, how much is that a bottle?
Very cheap. Like $5.
Like Minishevitz cheap.
Well, it may even be cheaper than that.
Minishevitz was what, like $5?
That's about how much cooking wine is. 3 to
I
5.
didn't even know. Like, so what's the point of cooking with wine if there's just cooking wine?
Well, the cooking wine is lower quality. It's not something you want to drink by itself, but it's still, when you cook it with it, it gives the flavor. You've never seen cooking wine?
Mm-mm. Yeah. But I don't know how that would elevate a dish putting crappy wine in it
It does. To some degree.
to some degree.
I mean, depends on how elevated you're talking. But you're not going to want to waste of an expensive wine on cooking, because you're not going to be able to get the nuances. You don't need the nuance. You just need a little hint of wine flavor to it.
Well, remember when we had Pappy Old Fashions?
Yeah. Pappy Fashions. Is
Those were pretty good.
When did we do that?
With Chris Thomas.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. You said, do you remember? I said, yeah. And then I didn't.
Like, when was that?
Yeah.
Dude, these old Knob Creek.
Which one is this?
This is from Don. This is the almost 16-year-old.
Nice.
Yeah, it's 9 months shy.
Yeah. 2004 barrel
15
date,
years and
2020.
15 year, 3 months.
I did a video on pairing wine with fishing over on the Whiskey Bugger channel.
Why did
Not
you
wine.
do that?
Why did I say wine? Because
I
I read
have no
because we were
idea.
talking about wine. Whiskey.
Okay.
Pairing whiskey with fishing.
Okay.
And
I was like, dude,
I
you
gave Don a shout out. No, it wasn't wine. Can you imagine?
yes, I can.
There's a
actually.
lot of people would probably click it to be like, I gotta watch this crap. It'd
Right. Like, who on God's green earth is
probably be
doing
more
wine
views than it
with
got.
fishing?
Yeah, maybe I should do that.
I'm a civilized fly fisherman.
I'm just out here and pair wine.
We
with
got some champagne and orange
I got a
juice.
nice Malbec from Argentina as I sit here on the banks of the river.
There's nothing better when you're baiting a fly
Yeah, baiting a fly. That's
Then-
how you do it.
or putting a fly on your bait.
Tying a fly on
with a mimosa.
You don't say bait.
What do you mean? Just tying a fly?
Yeah, you just tie the fly
There's
on.
nothing like tying a fly on with a mimosa.
Mimosa, just a little,
Yeah.
little morning brew.
I mean, yeah, right out of the gate.
Yeah,
5 a.m.
Might as well. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, we almost broke these glasses.
Grease right before we started said Glencairns are the worst.
They are the
break
worst.
So easy. And I've literally broken one Glencairn, and that was just dropping it on hardwood floor.
I need to start a poll on YouTube, like how bad do Glencairns suck? And then I
don't have a problem.
It'll just be like they don't. Pretty bad.
100%.
100% bad. I'd be interested to see what those poll numbers come back at.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Uh-huh.
Woo! Man, Don's had some hitters of Knob Creeks. Remember when he did that 3-pack of like...
Yeah, I still got it.
Yeah, I still have mine
Right
too.
over there.
It's so good. It was like higher age statements on them, like 15. Was it 117? It was pretty high. It was
can't
good.
remember, but-
we could lie and say it was like one was a 20-year because it's not like people are going to run and go buy it. They can't.
Right.
It's like a 15 and a 20-year.
But he put them in like this cool box.
Yeah.
You had to buy 3 of them, so it was like, I don't know, $175.
I went and got some old Granddad Bottle and Bond at the store the other day, and I got real pissed. I was like, man, they've really jacked up the price on this. Just a bottle and bond. It was $25. And I was just mad, but I loved it. So I still bought it, and I got home and realized it was a liter. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm fine.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah.
I can't do the old Granddad Bottle and Bond when the old Granddad 114 sitting right there.
Yeah, but see, I love making old fashions with the bottle and bond
Yeah.
because I do like a 3 to 4 ounce old fashioned a lot of times.
Yeah.
And so if I'm making 114 old fashions, then
Dude, that's what I was doing at the pool on
that's
Sunday.
lights out. Old fashions 114?
No, I was doing like 3 ounce pours.
Yeah.
It was like this Silas whiskey. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a Kentucky bourbon out of Louisville.
Uh-huh.
But it's 80 proof, super cheap. It was great, but I was pouring like 3 ounces and I was using that tea tree oil cola or whatever it's called.
Fever tree cola. Yeah.
Yeah, I always want to call it tea tree oil.
Yeah, 3 ounce in that though, because you're making a tall drink.
No, these were small cups.
You weren't doing the full bottle?
I did some ice, did it like
No.
3
game day mix at the pool.
3/4, and then, but dude, I had to make those tea tree oil fever trees last because I only brought 4, and there was like 20 people there.
Oh, you were sharing.
I was sharing.
That's kind of you.
Yeah, I was dishing out like, dude, have this. One guy while we were there literally bought a case of 24.
It's good stuff. I mean,
It is
if
good
they want to throw an ad our way.
It's cherry, it's cinnamon, it's cola. Like there's some really cool.
Checks all the boxes.
And dude, I'm telling you right now, 3 ounces of whiskey and 1.5 ounces of that, and you do not taste whiskey.
Yeah.
At all, which is good or bad.
I'd say bad. I mean, I want the whiskey Coke.
No, I mean, it's different if you just taste it, but it doesn't like, it's a different experience.
I agree. No, you're not wrong. I know what you're saying. You're saying it wrong, but your intentions aren't.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, all I had tonight was Red Lobster, so that's going to be a real quick show.
Did you have Red Lobster tonight? You ate it?
No, I'm saying to talk about.
Is the one near us shut down? Are they all shut down right now?
No.
Like you don't have to shut down if you're
No, in
bankrupt.
Central Florida, though, 3 of them did. Well, no, they're going to close stores as a part of their restructuring.
They have to.
Well, yeah, they have to.
I remember when Red Lobster was a big deal.
Oh, I remember going with my grandparents and getting popcorn shrimp.
Yes. All day, every day, and then pounding those biscuits.
No, I'd have like 36 of those Cheddar Bays.
Yeah. One time.
Where is Cheddar Bay? I'd like to visit that bay if it's a sea made of cheese.
It's over near Cape Cod.
Is it really?
I don't know.
You're just making that up.
It feels like it would be.
Well, yeah, because the
feels
Northeast
like it'd be right
is
next
where
door.
Old Lobster Town, and man, lobster's great.
Cheddar Bay.
I don't know if I've ever had lobster at Red Lobster though.
I have never had. Wait, hang on. That's not true. You and I went, ironically, to eat lunch there one time.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah. And we did.
We got the lobster dip.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I haven't had like a lobster.
No, we didn't get the live lobster. But
I'm
you
gonna
know
go
what?
pick him out.
Do you know what, Will?
You tell me.
We should go and like try to help Red Lobster recoup
Yeah.
and just get the live Maine lobster.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want that one.
Yeah.
And you get to pick it, right?
I mean, as a child, that's what I assumed you got to do.
Yeah.
I never fact checked it.
I mean, I've never seen somebody get up from their table, walk
Go
over
pick
there and
the
go,
lobster. I need the old blue rubber bands. right
yeah,
there.
I like the blue one. Let's get the blue one.
Oh man, we went to Maine one summer and it was so much fun. But we'd go to the like little lobster pounds, which is like a fish market for lobsters, and
It's called a lobster pound.
lobster pound. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we'd go and I'd
I
come
was
back
thinking
with
it was lobster porn.
come back with bags full of lobsters, like paper bags, and you keep them in the fridge until you're ready to.
They still moving?
Oh yeah, they're full on alive. You got to put them in alive. If it's dead, you don't want to eat it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Do they scream, don't they?
not like
Or they whistle?
At least these didn't. Yeah, this was more of a little bit of a thing, like a lesser. I thought it was going to be intense screaming, but the best part was
Not like a cicada scream.
one time we opened the fridge and one had gotten loose and it was running all around in the fridge.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is
Life lessons for my children. I go, now watch daddy murder it.
see who knew that this show needed to be about lobsters.
I mean,
Dude, my parents would
all shellfish, I would make an entire show about. Oysters, lobsters, crabs, you name it.
I'm trying to think of other
Crawfish.
Shellfish.
Crawfish.
Yeah, crawfish.
I would throw some scallops in there. They come in a shell.
Are pufferfish shellfish?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, they look like
they're
they have a
fish
shell
fish.
in there.
They've got spines. I would.
When they deflate, they make
I don't
that
want.
noise.
I don't want to eat a puffer fish.
I don't either. Well, there's not much meat.
Well, it's like one of the
worthless.
it's like one of the like highest delicacies, but only very specific.
Probably because there's not much meat on it, Will.
only very specific trained chefs in Japan can prepare them because their organs and things are highly toxic, like will kill you. But so they have to prepare it this very specific way, and then you eat it raw, like they make sashimi. But they have to be very careful that none of like the organs contaminate the meat and everything. And there's like every once in a while you'll see a news item on my internet about someone dying from it.
You almost died in Korea.
I didn't almost die. You can die anyway.
Dude, you sucked down a live octopus. And,
Well, it
and
was not
sucked
current. It
to your
wasn't-
throat.
It wasn't currently alive.
Well, it was still
It was still
spasming.
going after it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a spasm.
No, it's a thing. I didn't almost die. They
You
just
couldn't-
latch onto your
okay,
tongue.
you
You got to
couldn't
chew
have
real
died.
aggressively. Well, that is a thing that some tourists like every year die because they're hammered and they go do it. And so their gag reflex isn't working as well. And choked to death on the
Shoot
octopi.
down the hole.
Yeah.
Dude, my parents went to Maine one time.
Uh-huh.
And they were on a sailboat for 3 nights.
Okay.
And every meal they would catch in the fish nets lobsters.
Lobster traps.
Yeah, traps. And then they would go to a beach and they would prepare them right there.
Oh, so good. So good. Ate so much lobster that trip. So much lobster.
See, I just want to get in the middle of lobster.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because when I have
We ate lobster, no joke, every single meal.
Well, because when I eat lobster, it's expensive. And it's like I get a lobster tail for $30 or whatever it is, and it never fills me up because it's one freaking lobster tail.
Right.
But if I were to go to Maine,
Yeah.
and it was like, it's probably cheaper there, right?
It's definitely cheaper. It's not like it's inexpensive. It's still like,
But if I was on a vacation, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to eat 6 lobster tails for dinner.
or like you go to the place, you get them, you boil them yourself, you draw some butter, and you like we had like, I don't know, maybe like each person had like 2.5 lobsters worth.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's probably a science to it. Like boil your water and then drop it in there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you just
And
pull
they
it out.
turn red
And
when
it's
you
perfect.
boil them.
Yeah.
They're not
like
red.
like a pink red.
And that bright, juicy, delicious red.
Yeah.
Just good red. It's a good red. Lobster
Can
red.
rip that tail off.
Trying to think of any other fun.
You suck the brains.
I don't think you do that on lobster.
I don't know
that
why
on crawfish.
You're I guess you were processing what I said.
There is some.
And your face made this.
There's some you'll rip out and they have like roe in it, like eggs.
In your brain?
No, in the lobster.
Oh, yeah.
And you attach it if you get a
It's a
Prager's one.
Yeah.
And that's good to eat.
Are the roes pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
You like lobster roe?
I like all sorts of roe.
Do you know that's what the song "Row Row Row Your Boat" is?
Yeah, it's just about
eggs,
pretentious eating,
fish eggs.
Yeah,
yeah.
Row. It's actually originally was row on a boat, and it was just about the yacht lifestyle.
Yeah,
yeah. So a lot of caviar.
That sounds great.
Such.
I love the fact that this episode is just us talking about.
Yeah, so I'll give a little context. I was solo dad this weekend.
You were?
My wife was out of town. She had to travel for a funeral. And so I didn't go into work on Friday and had my son with me. And then we went and picked my daughter up from school. And I mean, it's tough work as it is.
Oh, yeah.
With wild, young children.
Right.
When you have two people, but then when the mom is gone, the children know they can bulldoze you. They know they're going to get whatever they want.
Yeah.
But also,
so my girls know that I'm kind of the enforcer.
Oh, come on.
I am.
Don't believe
I
that
mean, they
for a
can
minute.
still work it.
Oh, I'm the enforcer to some degree. But if it's only me, all bets are off.
Yeah. They do expect, if it's just me, that we're going to have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Went to Chuck E. Cheese.
I definitely did that.
Yeah.
I took my kids.
Well, I took them to...
Like, it was like a month ago when Lauren went to Florida.
We went to Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
It's not me. I went to Chick-fil-A and I was just going to let them play in the play place and get like RSV or something.
Right.
And
that's a respiratory sinus venture.
It's not a good thing. But they saw Chuck E. Cheese as we were driving to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're right beside each other.
Because I went the wrong way, clearly.
Yeah.
And they go, what if we did that? And they go, first of all, we're not eating their pizza. We're going to go to Chick-fil-A first.
No. Their pizza is solid, dude.
It's fine. I wanted a little chicken sando. I want a little spicy chick.
That's fine, but their pizza's solid.
So we went to Chick-fil-A for lunch, also killed more time that way. Then we went to Chuck E. Cheese and played games. And actually, I was expecting it to have like the prices to be absurd. It was surprisingly not expensive. Because you can get the unlimited like for a time.
Yeah.
And with only...
See, that's not good with little kids, though. Unless they just run it ragged.
Oh, they did.
Okay.
No, you can get like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Like you can set a block and it's unlimited.
It's like just go for it as much as you can.
And Henry's still young. Like he played a lot of things and rode some little like teeter-totter rides and stuff. Like he had a good time, but it was easy for him to like be near what my daughter wanted to do. And so I could just scan hers, then turn around and scan something for him.
Yes.
And so I didn't have to have like multiple cards.
Ooh.
So I only spent like $30. And we were there for like 45
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Was it in their operating agreement or whatever it is?
I signed nothing.
Fair.
I just purchased a card.
That's fair.
There was no binding contractual obligations on my end. I have 2 children and 1 card.
Did you
And also these people did not care.
Oh, the for sure.
The workforce at Chick-fil-A, great.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese, not so great.
Yeah.
They're
nice.
There were
at least
3
ours.
people in line trying to just order a pizza and get a card. It took 30 minutes to process 3 transactions.
Okay.
That's way too long.
Right. So you waited 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a time killer right there. You didn't even have to go to Chick-fil-A.
I know, but they're like, can we go play? I'm like, you literally cannot. I have to get the card. You cannot. Like, this is taking forever. I go, I am well aware.
Yeah.
There's also 3 people just standing here not working. They only had 1 register open.
Dude, you know the biggest thing about Chuck E. Cheese that sucks is the prize counter.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know those people working that price counter are freaking miserable. Also probably struggle with a lot of mental health issues.
Probably.
I mean, because you have little kids deliberating on how to spend 60 tickets.
Right.
That has a value of about 16 cents.
And there's really only 2 options they can get at that point.
Right. The little frog that you push the finger down and it hops up.
Yeah. I told them, I said,
an airhead candy.
Fortunately, my children can't do arithmetic above like 10 plus 10. So when she said, you've got 250 tickets, I said, all right, kids, you each get to pick one thing, anything on this row.
There you go.
And so it's like we had a balance, but they didn't know that.
Yeah. So did you keep the card?
Yeah, I still got the card.
Yeah, for next time. That way, if they suck next time, you still got tickets.
Right. But hey, when it's unlimited,
It's called hedge your bet.
I'm sitting there tapping, just pow, 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 pow.
Yeah, I need to find like
Hitting some moles.
It'd be interesting to see like what machine there is the quickest game that you could also get the most tickets.
Yeah.
And just run it.
Right.
Like just bam, bam, bam.
Coming next week, Will and Greeze go to Chuck E. Cheese solo.
Yeah, because that one game that you just spin the thing and it just boom and you're done.
Yeah, but I also wonder if like your odds, if you just sit there and keep going for an hour, you're going to hit a jackpot.
Yeah, but the jackpot's like what, 1,000 tickets?
I don't know.
Like, or 100 tickets?
Is it progressive jackpot?
Could be.
Yeah, if it's progressive, that's in your favor.
But I'm just going to say, like, if you work for an hour and you hit one jackpot, it's not worth it. Like,
So
you better hit multiple.
Henry loved the games where you tap it and it spits out a token and you put it in the
Yes,
slot.
100%.
Either the coin pushers or the one that like goes down a sloop and it's like a soccer goal.
Yes.
He's surprisingly, I think because he didn't try to do it at all.
Right.
Like he was just, picked it up, put it in. Like where we're like trying to time it and like putting too much thought into it. He got probably the most tickets of the day with that because he got like 3 goals. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever gotten a goal in my entire life.
Have you seen those coin pusher games that like Wizard of Oz and they've got the different character cards and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. It's the closest thing to a casino that exists in America.
Well, in Dave and Buster's, you can bet now.
I've heard about that.
So essentially,
but it's like against each other.
You
and
do it on
they
the
rake
app.
the pot.
You do it on an app and you can bet against, you basically make a pool.
Yeah.
And you can do it on games like Hot Shot, like the basketball game, skee ball, stuff like that. The traditional games that you can bet amongst your friends.
Like, I'll beat you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm so into that.
What people don't understand though is that like Venmo exists. But okay, guys.
Yeah, but if it does it for you.
Right, but you're going to lose.
I understand, but it's fun.
Do they rake it though?
Probably.
I can't imagine they wouldn't.
Why would they offer it if they weren't?
I mean, it could very much increase the playing of those games.
Yeah.
And like,
well,
hey,
that's true.
Let's go up to Dave and Buster's and we're going to bet.
Right. It also maybe brings in an older crowd than they typically have. Like if they're trying to get less younger people.
Yeah. Brings in the bachelors and bachelorettes.
Right.
That are really close to downtown Nashville.
Right.
I don't understand why East Nashville doesn't do like a whole 2 blocks of like venues for music.
Crime.
East Music Row. Crime?
Oh yeah.
Give me a break.
That's why.
There's one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great.
Right.
But I mean, the property value's way up.
Everywhere.
Dude, golly, dude, you could buy a big old house for $200,000 out there like 20 years ago.
I know.
It'd be worth like 1.2.
There was a house that Samantha and I looked at in downtown Franklin not long after we got married. Like we were in a house, we were like, what if we just moved out? And it was small. It was smaller than what we were in. It was a nice little cottage. And it was like $220. Right.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, just getting in downtown, it'd be a great for a season of life.
Yes.
We don't have kids right now.
Like in actual downtown?
Yeah.
like right off the main.
Yeah,
Or
like
2 blocks.
2 blocks. If you take Main Street, or like it splits off everywhere.
Yep. 5 points.
A block and a half down there.
Oh, dadgummit.
So I looked it up the other day. It's over $1 million.
It is 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like $1 million, almost $1 million of equity was added to that house.
Dude, I mean, I can't imagine.
Unreal.
I
And it was
can't
like-
imagine what Airbnb would do with that.
It was like 1,200 square feet.
I mean, that's Airbnb right there.
Oh, I know. Perfect.
Walking to
We didn't do it. Bad choices.
poor decisions.
Don't be like me.
Well, I sold my townhome that it was a rental before Airbnb kind of got started.
Uh-huh.
I could have ran that pretty good.
Yeah, you didn't, though.
I did not.
You should have.
I should have.
Yeah. Poor choices.
I'd have done it for $25 a night just to fill it up.
Oh, yeah. That would definitely have covered the mortgage.
Would it? No, it would not.
No, that's why you wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
Right.
What is that? $1,500?
I don't know. You figure it out. Mathematician.
No, it's not. 4 times 100. Whoa. That doesn't sound right. We're going to need to charge more than $25 a night.
Yeah.
Well, here's $25 a night, but then like the $250 cleaning.
I was going to say like $600.
It's like the old eBay way.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Shipping will get you.
Yeah, I'm charging $100 shipping.
Come on, man. It's an action figure.
The fact that eBay didn't think that people would do that was hilarious.
Well, they did, and they changed it.
Yeah. Yeah. They figured it out. They saw it happen right in front of them.
You want to go to the 15?
I would love to go to the 15, Will, so that we can talk about that whiskey. Hit the music.
Man, I'm going to go find something off your shelf for a 15.
Oh, you're going to do that?
We can do one of these.
The Highlines?
Yeah.
I don't think we want to.
Well, why not? We did one already that looked like light urine. That's for somebody.
Is it?
You said it was.
I got it for Dustin P just for the novelty.
Okay. All right. Do you have those little cards on this thing?
Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, we already had that.
Do you have the cards on these?
Well, the answer is yes. Where? No idea. Oh, here.
What is that? We did one. Yeah, one's open. We did the 8-year Kentucky whiskey that was super light. Okay. All right, you ready?
I hate it when they say extra sample and you don't know what it is.
Let's do the most expensive one. And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
If you remember a few weeks ago, we did the Highline inspired spirits. It was 8-year Kentucky whiskey, and it was the lightest colored whiskey we've ever seen in our life. And it was 100 proof, and it was 8 years old. So some used barrels in that action. We're going to do another offering from them.
I can't remember what we said about it.
We said it wasn't
as bad as we thought.
We thought it was going to not be great. So next we're going to do,
Look at the color of that.
I think, all right, you get to pick. You pick the adventure. And that was only $49, the 8-year Kentucky
Yeah, I
Straight.
want the most expensive one.
Okay, there's the most
$140 one?
$139.
Yeah, let's do that one.
All right, so this is American whiskey, 100 milliliters. Sample proof is 112 proof, which that's what the proof is that you get. And this says it is a blend of 5, 6, and 8-year bourbons and a 7-year wheat whiskey, finished in New American, Hungarian, and French toasted oak.
Okay, so last time
$139.99 retail.
I know last time we got thrown for a loop and we said, you know what? This is not as bad as we thought it was going to be. They're valuating a 5, 6, 7, and 8-year blend at $140.
It better be good.
It better be real good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure out if I've ever had a 5, 6. Okay. Well, I mean, I've had a rye, Thomas H. Handy rye. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's for $100. You can get something similar in age blends when you do 2XO.
Okay, this smells really good.
It does smell very good.
It smells.
I will hand it to them.
Yes.
A little, getting a pretty punchy alcohol in the nose, though.
Yeah, that's because we're using crappy Glencairn. garbage glass. I can't remember when we did our first show ever
like graham
with a Glen. And we were like, oh my gosh, does glass matter? And I'm like, and I was like, holy crap, dude, this completely changes it. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Man, those were some good days.
Those were good days. 8 years ago.
8 years ago. As of right now, we lost the episode that we did on our whiskey-versary.
And if you are a podcast subscriber, you heard it. You've already heard it. You've heard it 2 weeks ago.
You heard it 2 weeks ago.
3 by the time you see this. It smells very nice.
It is very nice.
So it says, notes, aroma of toasted bourbon. Okay. You can't describe. You're describing itself with itself.
All bourbon's whiskey.
No, but I'm saying notes of toasted bourbon seems like a funny when the majority of the components are bourbon.
You can't get mad, dude. Everybody's taking all the verbiage, all the words.
I just think it's a funny tasting note. Just it's like, what's that pizza taste like? It tastes like
toasted
cooked pizza.
Yeah. Well, it is an American whiskey.
Yeah, because they threw the wheat whiskey.
They needed the word. They needed SEO, so they added bourbon.
Yeah, on their printed flyer.
I mean, dude, you never know the algorithm. My mail gets
wide,
all
rich,
whacked up.
creamy palate. Yes,
this is
layers
very
of
good.
Caramel, vanilla, hints of stone fruit, toasted walnut and spice, long, complex, silky finish. Mm-hmm. That it's described well, especially the bourbon part.
Yeah,
where it has an aroma of bourbon. Smells like whiskey to me. Man, this is good.
It's pretty daggum good. And that's us coming off of a almost 16-year-old Knob Creek.
And mocking the price point on it, saying it better be good. It's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
I wish it were $100. $100.
That's a
easy buy on this one. This is a great flavor, very memorable.
Well, and you know what?
I really like it.
$100 seems like an appropriate price point for them because it goes 50, 65, 80.
And then 140.
And then 140.
Yeah, if this were $100, I would be a solid buy.
Dude, I wonder what that wheat whiskey's doing in this thing.
Sweetening it up.
I mean, it's pretty sweet. There is something that I can't pinpoint. It's like thin ethanol note, kind of like the 3/4 of the way through the finish. Like I'm starting to I don't know if the ethanol's staying around. That's literally my only thing.
Have you had a second sip?
Yeah, I've had 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah, it's almost like a little bit of bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be something.
But I don't get it until later.
It's got to be something from one of these oaks that is finished in, like maybe the Hungarian oak. They're kind of bitter. The Hungarians. I don't know. I mean, they don't get talked about enough. They're probably upset about it.
Were Hungarians? I'm trying to remember where Hungary.
Budapest.
Were they Vikings?
No, I don't. I couldn't be certain. No, Lord, no. Man, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe they were.
Where is Hungary again? What's Hungary near?
It's in like that kind of Central Europe place.
Oh, okay. Was it part of the Soviet Union? We're gonna get flagged for this.
Isn't maybe Hungary?
Hungary was in the Soviet Union.
They may have been.
Slovakia was, right? Scandinavia.
All right, so it's near. It's like touches Slovakia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Austria, and Croatia, Slovenia, Serbia, Romania.
Yeah, so it's
Ukraine.
Pretty much Soviet Union.
1,000% chance it's a former Soviet country. Like I would bet all the money in a Dave and Buster's pool.
So not Vikings.
No. Let's see. It was. Let's see about
KGB though.
If it was former Soviet, I'm sure it was. It had to have been.
Do you think the KGB is like the Vikings of our day?
No,
I feel like they are.
No, they don't even exist anymore.
Well, it sounds terrifying.
Okay.
I don't know why KGB sounds terrifying when we have something called the FBI. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then Israel has like the IDF.
That's the military. You're thinking Mossad.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, that's their equivalent.
Mossad?
Mossad.
Great.
Let's see if it was a Soviet country. That's all I care about. Communism.
Will is locked in.
Following the defeat of Nazi Germany, Hungary became a satellite state of the Soviet Union. So they may have still been called Hungary, but
the Soviet
they
Union
were a
was starving
satellite
people. It was appropriately named.
in imitation of Stalin's KGB, the Rákosi government established a secret political police, the AVH, to enforce the regime. Approximately 350,000 officials and intellectuals were imprisoned or executed from 1948 to 1956.
I'm just going to say it right now, Will.
How about that?
We are the only people on the planet that can go from Highland Whiskey Review to the Soviet Union.
Yeah, but also I don't know if we had the. It's like we didn't know what we were talking about. We're just like, let's talk about it. I don't even know how we got onto Hungary.
I said,
Hungarian oak. It has Hungarian oak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They have that prime minister that makes news over in Hungary right now.
Yeah, okay.
He's not. People don't like him. I don't know. People don't like him.
And French toasted oak.
That's how you get flagged though, is you talk about their prime minister.
Oh, dude, if this was $80, it's buy two. It's $100. It's a buy.
I'm a bar. Solid bar though.
Solid bar. Like
it's really, really good.
$140. It's
so
too steep
steep.
for me. It's steep, but I want to have this. And if I could have this for $20 for an ounce, I would totally do it.
Yeah, no, this is a really, really good product. I'm proud of them. Where is Highline or where's the whiskey?
Yeah,
it left.
No, it didn't. I just need another sip.
Just
Just give me a little snip.
give me a wee tinkle.
Oh God, you got half of it on my finger.
Lick your fingers. It wouldn't be the first time you've done that on this show.
I've licked a lot worse than my finger on this show.
Licked lead-based paint quite a few times.
Oh yeah.
So buy for you.
Why do you think my mental health went south?
Oh no, it was the show all along, but not what we thought.
Well, it was the vaccine, the lead paint. What else was it? I mean, so many things, Will.
Man. Maybe alcohol does need to be cut down. Maybe we shouldn't be drinking barrel proof. Who's to say?
Me?
Not what? All right. Yeah, that was fun.
It's the only thing I have left.
All right. Here's what we want you to do. We want you to go to patreon.com/thepodcast and join town hall or virtual barn night levels to hang out with us on the internet. We're about to go wrap up and do that right now. We got a town hall coming up. We're excited to hang out with those folks, but you can be a member of those levels by just going to patreon.com/thepodcast and support this show. Keep us rolling, keep us moving, keep us drinking.
Yeah.
And
we talk about like lobster porn and stuff on there.
That's all we talk about. Subscribe to Heavy Mental Podcast.
Whiskey Bugger
on YouTube. And we don't know Jack.
But we'll drink it.